take a car that 5 days before the rear clip the fuel cell was almost on the ground. So,
oh wow,
really proud of Billy Martin Racing, our team that we didn't clip the car. We chained her down and jacked the clip up and took a quarter power and racked it over. And that's probably not the way it should be done, but that's the way we do it sometimes. And to rally back from a crash like that with a bent race car and get a victory, it's just a testament to my race team, not myself so much, but the equipment that Billy Martin gives me and the work that these guys put in. It's more about them, on a week like that than it is me. And I'm just really blessed. God's blessed me with good people, and you got good people around you, you go get good results.
Oh yeah. And you've got a great new roast program. Me and you were talking this morning at the butt crack of dawn, I guess, because you were. I don't know what time you got wide open, but I got wide open about 7 o'clock, and I think I called you before 8 a.m. And I'm like, I don't know if I need to call him that early. It was like, but I know you're always an early riser, go getter, man. I mean, so that was the reason why I reached out to you. But one of the things we talked about was, you got a brand new race car that you're looking forward to unveiling at South Boston next Saturday night. I mean, I know you're looking forward to that race. I know South Boston's special to you. Got a brand new 5-star body. Talk about, the new bodies of these race cars and why they're so sharp, so unique. I was talking to you about that this morning, just me and you verbatimly, at the car store event at Southern National and again at Ace Speedway a couple of weeks ago. And I was telling you, damn, these car bodies look so sharp. They're just so, they're just precision-looking machines, and it's just like, man, this is something that late model stock racing has not had in about a decade.
Yeah, I agree. There are really good-looking pieces, and Forrest Reynolds, he hung the body for us on this car, and he's we call him the maker. He's the master at what he does, and really talented. And the car, it's got to be better. I think the spoiler's 10 inches wider. The nose is 3-4 inches wider. I mean, I'm not an aerodynamic dude, but I think it's got
right.
to have more downforce. And another thing I like is there's room for a greenhouse. The greenhouse is bigger, which is going to cause drag, which is I think that's why they put a bigger spoiler on it. But watching the Daytona 500, and I knew Ryan Newman was dead. I knew he was dead when I seen that crash. And my helmet in the late models we have today, I can lean my head to the left and touch the roll bar. And I was thinking to myself, if that was me, I would be dead. And this car, it's got a bigger roof, and I think it's going to be safer. And we actually, Billy Martin, we ordered a new chassis. I think it just come out of powder coat for us to build us a new car. And for this new body, the first thing was a wider halo. It's going to allow us to be safer going to the future. So, me being who I am, I don't really care about safer, but I do care about faster. But safer's good too, So.
For sure. And Bruce, and one of the things he just talked about was it was one of those innovations of things from safety from NASCAR from Ryan Newman's crash that they put into these new late model bodies.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad it trickles down. All the crashes they have that we don't have to have and get killed for something to change. So it's NASCAR is really good about evolving from top to bottom, and that's cool. But I want to see how fast it'll go. South Boston is like, I really think on a weekly series, South Boston is the most right now. Like if Lee Pulliam's there and Peyton Sellen's there, Josh Berry, like if you can win that race, you can win Martinsville. I mean, it's tough, man. And all the regulars down there, them guys show up to race, and the history of that track, I guess it's the next closest track other than Franklin County from my home.
Right.
That's like 3 hours, but man, that's like my number one goal moving forward is to get a win at South Boston. I've got wins at most of the Virginia tracks. I got the South Boston. I've been shut out and stomped out and Lee and Peyton and Phillip, they've kicked my teeth in down there, and we're going to put a lot of effort going forward into our South Boston program. And I think we're probably waiting on driver. I've just got to figure out me and what I need, and we're really excited next week. I've got Forrest Reynolds, my friend, grew up down the road from me here, going to come test with us. And we call Forrest the maker because he makes the cars and he can make her turn. So I'm really excited. I hadn't really got like a whole day with Forrest in a long time
at
the racetrack. So, we're looking forward to that, and hopefully his experience and what he can see, maybe he can tell me what I'm doing wrong. And we're hoping to have a good test, if the thunderstorms ever quit in Virginia.
Right.
I'm standing out in the yard here in front of the shop now, like an inch and a half of water, and it didn't even rain today. It's just so much left. But we're going to go to Franklin County and try to get a W this weekend, have a little fun, and tune the driver up. But our focus, our sole focus, the next 9 days is going to South Boston for the the big Triple Crown deal.
Go ahead, Bruce.
Hey, I was going to ask you. You talked about your team and everything, and this past Saturday, we were up in the booth and we were talking to the race officials and everything, and they said that the track temperature was 150 degrees when you guys went out there to qualify and when y'all were practicing and getting ready and getting your setup. And then when it came time to race, it was like a major cold front came through. And I'm sure that the track cooled down a whole lot and everything. And then, you talked about your team and your ability to come back and win that race. The track conditions they had to be different during your practice and in your qualifying than they were during the race. Talk about some of the things that your team did, and if you can, mention some of the guys on your team and how they were able to adjust to get that car ready that fast.
Well, I think dumb luck, not knowing what to do, may have played in our favor. Sometimes you just gotta. My guys tell me when we don't know what to do, they just shrug our shoulders and they say, "Driver, will compensate." So we just took our best guess, and Franklin County is such a great racetrack. You can move your line around. You can just attack it. You can go after it, and it's actually. It aids itself to your hand. Like a driver can make a difference. You can change and do something to make it work. So we just took our best guess and kind of leaned on my experience and the good Lord. I think after the terrible beating we had at Hickory, he smiled on us a little bit. But I was really glad. My main mechanics, Jimmy Williams and Matt Peters, my car chief, they made a bet last fall that they wasn't going to get a haircut until I won another race.
Yes.
And I think they were banking on us racing in Motor Mile in April, where we've got to stand a really good chance of winning a race there. And Motor Mile shuttered down for the year for the COVID stuff, and boy, they were getting shaggy, looking like Rumpelstiltskin or something. And I was really glad to get a W so them boys could get a haircut.
You said Rumpelstiltskins. I said Duck Dynasty. Oh, no. You got that Duck Dynasty look going on.
Yeah.
So, well, did they get a haircut yet, Mike?
Jimmy's got one. Matt hadn't had time. He's been working full time at work, and then
no time for excuses. Go get the razor.
Yeah.
Just go get the clippers, okay?
I went out of town. Like I said, I had to go to Norfolk this week and work on a big crane, and they had a big list to get the South Boston car ready, and then once the governor and stuff didn't pan out for this weekend, they had to unload the Franklin County car. They're sitting in there looking at me now, waiting to scale that thing.
Well, we'll give you a few more minutes and we'll get you off the air. Mike, got another question for you, bud. We're on the air, ladies and gentlemen, for Catawba, Virginia's Mike Looney, of course, a two-time NASCAR Advanced Auto Parts National Series champion, a Virginia NASCAR state champion, a two-time winner of the Valley Star Credit Union 300. Mike, which race or what is more important, Martinsville or being the NASCAR national champion?
Martinsville, hands down. Martinsville. That Martinsville changes your life. That's the biggest race. You just got to go and fail so many times to understand when it goes to go and succeed. I don't know. Points is cool, but Martinsville's just it's the best. It's Martinsville.
And where does the grandfather clock go to? Where's those two grandfather clocks at the house?
Well, I've only won one.
That's right.
You got a slight glitch in you. Yeah, I've won one, and it's right on the other side of my bedroom wall, kind of in the dining room, and it's very audible. Every hour on the hour. I tease my wife for the first 3 months. It'd go off at 3 a.m. and go bong, and I'd elbow her and wake her up. She'd go, "What?" I'd tell her we won Martinsville. She'd say, "Shut up and go back to sleep."
Oh, good times, Bruce Barrett. Good times, definitely, with Mike Looney.
Well, Mike, again, congratulations on your win Saturday night. That was an impressive victory and a very good race. And looking forward to seeing some really good things coming this year for you.
Yeah, we hope so, guys. Thanks for calling, and hopefully we can talk after South Boston next week.
You're the man. You're the man, Mike. Always great talking to you. And weather permitting, Bruce Barrett, myself, or himself, somebody will hopefully see you at Franklin County Speedway this Saturday night. And final question in closing. How special was it to see that place packed after being shut down and not really having a race since November, and all the turmoil that's really gone through with Franklin County with different management and Langley getting it? And I told Langley this, Mike, and you can say your sentiments or agree or disagree. I don't care on the subject. But I told Mike, I told Langley, in my opinion, there's no other promoter that has the heart, the passion, and the soul that he puts into Franklin County Speedway like Langley and Kimberly Austin do. And it shows. What a crowd last Saturday night.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, they're vested deep in the roots of that track. And like myself, have spent probably a third of their life there on Saturday nights or better. And, once you get roots that deep, it does your heart good to see. It's still weren't back to the days of old that I recall, like when Darrell Waltrip would show up, and just like you can feel the electricity when you get 10,000 people in that place, and it's just wild. Anyway, it's kind of like Bowman Gray. It's a definite bucket list place you got to come watch a race before you're done spectating or racing or whatever. And it's really good to see fresh blood down there. With all the tracks closing down and an old jewel like that setting out in the dairy farms of Franklin County.
That's right.
It just takes me back to when racing was racing. It wasn't about getting your picture on the computer. It wasn't about nothing. It was about strapping in that car and going racing and smelling that fuel and having a good time with your friends. And that's what everybody we need to get back to, is that feeling right there is what I'm looking for. And late model stock, and I'm sure the higher up divisions has gotten so competitive and so hard. You put so much into it. Takes a lot of the fun away. And racing there, it's about like the guys pitted on either side of you. If you need anything, they give it to you. Somebody's car don't start, you help them fix it like it's a family. And of real racers, and that's what we're missing, and that's what we need to find more of, in my opinion.
For sure. Mike Looney, thank you so much for joining us on Full Throttle, and look forward to seeing you again at a race sometime, buddy, and just appreciate your friendship. You've always been nice to me as long as I've ever known you.
Yeah, man. We just love racing. That's what it's all about.
For sure, buddy. Well, Godspeed, safe travels. We'll see you at the next one.
Right on, guys. Have a good one.
All right.
Take care, buddy.
That's Mike Looney, driver of the car number 87A. Again, big winner at Franklin County Speedway in the COVID Clash. And Bruce, you heard him say it. I would rather win Martinsville than be the NASCAR